Yeah. Okay. So hi, I'm Alfred. And before I come across as the weird old Van Wilder-ish kind of person coming to a college event and doing performance poetry, the reason I'm here is because a couple of years ago, myself and a couple of other poets got together and started what is now the official performance poetry platform in the city. Something called, I don't know if anybody of you heard of the Bombay Elektrik Projekt a while ago, and we had slam nights. So yeah, I'm one of the guys who started that idea with a couple of other poets. So it's always nice to come to events and see, lots of poets come up and do stuff. And just thought I'd come here and have a go, to see the next whatever lineup of poets. So I'll do something really, really recent, and it's not been performed anywhere else yet. So you're officially the first. So you can tell me if it sucks. So who here put up a post of any sort on 26/11 this year? Facebook, Twitter, one human being, right? Last year. How many last year? How many the year it happened? How many? Right? And so I went through my feed this year and I was like, you know what, it's amazing. We've completely stopped talking about it. And while some would feel that that's a bad thing, I totally felt that was a great thing. And here's why. Dear terrorists, maybe some of you have a calendar where you store this, or how some of you on this day died glorious, so that all of you could emerge victorious, and telling the world that you have to be taken seriously, you first need to be considered notorious. But let me pull the pin from the grenade and burst your bubble, and tell you that long after we swept up the blood and cleared the rubble, long after we blew out the candles and dispersed from our huddle, did we realize that doing this every year was just too much trouble. And so we stopped. We were done watching the clock. Done watching 364 days till we revised the issues which journalists could misuse again. We grew tired of the hollow refrain. India really did not want to know. We didn't want to show stale wounds. No amount of your incessant repeating will make your legacy any less fleeting. And I say, since this is a college forum, we should not be all doom and gloom, and we should do something fun. So this is a poem I wrote about a month or so ago, and it's called Go Fuck Yourself. You see, I've often wondered about that phrase. I've been so amazed by its implication that I've been more than willing to offer justifications to anyone willing to listen as to why the ability to make love to yourself without inhibition would be the best break from biological tradition man has ever experienced. Why, even with just its current meaning, it's hard to debate that asking someone to go off and masturbate is an outcome they would find deplorable. In fact, I think it's downright adorable. Just think about what you're suggesting. Rather than ingesting another minute of a heated argument with you, they are now free to go off and take what is possibly their day's most comfortable break. But that's not the meaning I'm leaning toward. What I'm about to visualize probably is unheard, because the chinks in logic is where you often find the kinks lurking. When I hear the phrase, I imagine a day when straight, gay or bisexual won't be the only contextual ways to describe our affinities. In the future, it won't matter if you like tactile or titties, because consummating will no longer involve debating finding a partner. Happily ever after will be possible with just you in the sack, because you will have access to both tools in your trunk. That's right. Same person, double the junk. You see, lesbians are already one step ahead of this action with modal alternatives which come with 3 speeds of satisfaction. But imagine a day when you could take your pick between the stroke and the flip, between the suck and the lick, the grab and the stab, between okay, I'm done, this is the best sex I've ever had. I mean, who needs porn to imagine multiple orgasms vicariously when you could simply come as both genders simultaneously? Of course, this fantastic version of all things anatomical extends so much deeper than just being vulgarly comical. Imagine the social implications of not offering any application for feeling the urge that surges from below the waist, because rather than stalk some unsuspecting victim, you can force you upon yourself post-haste. Better still, to improve the action, have a few drinks so that you can enjoy the satisfaction of being virile at night and waking up defiled by first light. Perhaps now when knocking yourself up becomes a reality, birth control will be given the self-imposed regularity it was always meant to be. And for the one time we throw precaution to the wind, you'll finally see that abortion really isn't the win-win you'd always imagine it to be. And let's not even go into the subject of HPV. But let's drag this deeper still and imagine the millions thanking God, if you will, for being spared the indignity of not being killed at birth over their genitals, over not being discriminated against at temples, over not having to prove why a simple fold of skin does not remove you from the seat of dignity, because you would have been the victim of your own virility. I know you thought from the opening angle of this verse that it was all said to be another epic dedicated to the dangle. But if over the course of this poem I have somehow managed to contort your comfort zone with my tone, you'll see nothing but a frown upended into a smile in perfect serenity. And if I've offended even a single sensibility, you can go fuck yourself.